Hi, I'm Joshua Panya from BS Ed Math. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Florence Clarice De Locar from BPED2.
Hi, my name is Cheryl V. Marquez from English major.
Hi, I'm Meredith Espana from BS Ed English.
Hi, I am Lea Camille M. Luna from BS Ed 2 Mathematics.
Hi, I'm Rosan Fajardo from BS Ed Mathematics.
Hi, and this is Teacher Arguelles of Mathematics.
Dama or checkers is a game with leaping captures played in the Philippines. In it, a king piece may capture by the flying leap in one direction, usually played by males 10 years old and above, and played either indoors or outdoors. Dama is a famous traditional board game in the Philippines. The game is played in a wooded board with 10 squares and 14 endpoints. Today, Dama has evolved from a mere Filipino pastime to an educational tool in the Philippines with the introduction of Dama.
Mahirap nga bang laruin ang larong dama? Paano nga ba laruin ang larong dama?
Rules of the game. 12 pieces per player, position on the first 3 rows closest to the player. Players alternate turns moving a piece forward to an empty adjacent spot along the lines. The player may capture an opponent's piece by hopping over it. The first player to capture all the opponent's pieces wins. Playing Dama. The game is played by 2 people, each with 12 pieces of pizzas made from bamboo, stones, or bottle caps. Pieces move from point to point, and like chess, the game ends once the opponent's pizzas are captured. The pawns, knights, and rooks are usually used at the start, while the kings, queens, and bishop are used when a player reaches the dama. The dama stage is reached when a player gets his piece to the last row.
Sa paggawa ng Dama board, kailangan ba na black at green ang kulay na ating gagamitin? Hindi naman po. Maaari tayong gumamit ng kahit anong available na meron tayo.
Hi, Joshua po ulit ito. Sa tingin nyo, mahirap bang gumawa ng sariling Dama board? Well, hindi po. Dahil maaari po tayong gumamit ng papel, karton, manipis na plywood, o kaya tabla. Kaya tara, samahan nyo ko. Tingnan natin yung ginawa namin.
So sa paggawa ng Dama board, kailangan natin ng kahoy, so ng plywood, or ng tabla. Siyempre kakailangan natin ng mga ilang material like ng lagare, ng martilyo, ng pangguhit, saka ng parang ruler. Pangguhit para sa inyo, siyempre dapat pantayin natin yung kasi gugupitin natin. Gusto natin naman kahit paano medyo maayos yung magiging itsura ng Dama board natin. So meron tayong tabla, saka yung makinis na plywood, pagpapatungin natin. So guguhitan natin yung plywood na manipis, nakasukat ng tabla na gagawin nating sukatan. Yan. Pag okay na, pwede na nating lagariin. Na syempre, mag-ingat paglalagari. At pag natapos na yon, yan, magkapatang na yung tabla at saka yung plywood na nilagari natin, handa naman natin yung pintura. Dahil wala tayong mga ibang kulay, saka hindi pwedeng lumabas, pula ang gagamitin natin pang pintura ng Dama board natin. So pinturahin natin po at ito na yung nangyari. Ayan, pinapatuyo na namin yung Dama board. Yan. Tuyo tuyo na siya. So dahil tuyo na siya, kailangan natin ng pangkulay dun sa mga square. At kailangan natin siyang guhitan. Pag okay na, ito yung magiging itsura niya. Sukatin na natin at simulan na natin idikit isa-isa. At patuyuin. At ayan na ngayon ang aming Dama board. Ayan. At ayan guys, dahil ready na ang Dama board, naglalaro na ngayon ng Dama board ang nanay ko at ang pinsan ko na si Carl Justin. So panoorin natin ang paglalaro nila hanggang sa may manalo. Tingnan natin kung sino matatalo sa kanila. Let's watch. Mukhang binubudol ng pinsan ko yung nanay ko. Pero ano nga bang mga benefits ng Dama board? So para saan ba yung Dama board? Gagawa ba tayo nito para lang may magawa? Saka lalo na ngayong panahon ng pandemic, ano bang mga pwede nating makuha dito sa Dama board? So meron kaming mga nakalap na mga information na pwede nating makuha lang dahil sa paglalaro ng Dama board. At i-discuss yan sa atin ng isa sa mga kagrupo namin na si Miss Meredith Espanya. Pero bago yun, ayan, tingnan muna natin kung paano talagang tatalunin ni Carl ang nanay ko sa larong Dama board or sa larong Dama. Ayun na nga, nakakain lang ng isa yung nanay ko kay Carl at mukhang panalo na talaga si Carl. So ngayon, handa na si Miss Meredith Espanya. Panoorin na natin ang mga information niya tungkol sa benefits.
There are 16 benefits to be considered the most valuable to checker players. The first one is checkers is easy to teach to young kids. Kids can start learning to play checkers from about 4 to 5 years of age. You can try to teach them from a younger age, but you might struggle. In fact, some of parents use checkers as a stepping stone towards teaching their kids how to play chess. While checkers and chess are different games entirely. Checkers is a concept that is easier to learn but still boosts strategizing, confidence, and understanding how rules apply. Next is checkers is a fun way to overcome boredom. If you have ever found yourself struggling to entertain the kids, then you do know the value of finding games that entertain them for more than just a few minutes. And it's not just about the kids. It's great playing checkers with a partner on a night too. Checkers is a fun way to pass the time and ensures a lot of laughs and competition along the way. Playing checkers can boost memory recall. When you are first exposed to checkers, you will notice that there are a lot of possible moves, including openings. It might take some time to learn and remember many of these moves, but with time, memory recall develops. This skill can prove helpful in many areas of your life. Checkers teach us how to make sound judgment calls. Impulsive judgments and decisions simply do not prove fruitful in a game of checkers. With trial and error, players learn that actions on the board have consequences and that each action therefore requires some serious forethought. Players who start out aggressively soon learn how to slow things down and be careful. This is a great way to learn how to make sound judgment calls, which is a skill that can be used in other areas of life. Checkers develops concentration skills. Checker is usually not a quick and easy game. Players need to have focus and pay attention, which in time develops concentration skills. If you want to win, you need to learn to concentrate and focus. Playing checkers regularly teaches patience. Considering that a game of checkers could last several hours, it is important for players to have a certain amount of patience. People who do not have patience and can settle into the game for some time will not be able to enjoy the game and derive true value from it. Checkers promotes confident decision making. You probably wouldn't expect to learn confident decision making skills in a game of checkers, but you do with time. Every single move that a player makes on the board has an impact. This means that every move needs to be carefully thought out and the possible impacts or outcomes considered. With consistent play, players learn to become more confident in their decision making and to trust the decisions that they make. Playing checkers keeps the brain fit. Keeping your brain healthy and fit is just as important as staying physically and emotionally fit. As humans age, we need to keep our brains exercised and consistently working in order to keep them current, thinking, and healthy. Being brain fit staves off certain age-related conditions such as forgetfulness and Alzheimer's disease. Playing checkers provide a bonding quality time experience. Spending quality time or bonding time with family and friends is not always easy if there are no activities planned. Playing checkers provide a great way to spend quality time with a group of people and have a lot of fun at the same time. Checkers boost problem-solving skills. You might be wondering what problems need to be solved in checkers. The entire game is a problem to be solved. Checkers is a game of logic. As players develop skills in the game, they must learn how to solve problems in order to win. Players must be able to predict the opponent's next move and must be able to pick out the possible moves during every stage of play. Learning to think logically to solve these problems is the only way to win. Anyone can play checkers. It is an inclusive game. Checkers is a game that requires arguably absolutely no physical abilities. This means that anyone can play and no one has to feel left out. Fully able people can play, small kids can play, aging people can play, and even the disabled can play. For these reasons, checker is a great game for children to learn as everyone can be included. Checkers keep the brain young. As the brain ages, along with our body, it is important to keep the brain sharp and consistently thinking. When living in a retirement home or assisted living, there is a very little for a person to do, and so there is a risk of the brain aging faster than expected. The aged are therefore encouraged to keep the mind active by doing crosswords and solving puzzles. Checkers has proven a popular option for many who want to keep their brain fit while socializing and having fun. Playing checkers reduces stress and lowers blood pressure. Playing any sort of game, checkers included, is a great way to help someone get their mind off their worries and allow their body to physically relax. When the body relaxes, blood pressure lowers, and the stress is reduced, as checkers provide a means of enjoyment, endorphins are released, which does wonders for minimizing stress and leaving players feeling good. Checkers is an excellent treatment for people with disabilities. People recovering from accidents or injuries or living with physical disabilities need to do exercise and physical tasks that include the use of fine motor skills to continue to heal and recover. By regularly playing checkers, disabled people can improve these basic skills that go a long way towards developing dexterity and coordination. Checkers teaches pre-mathematics skills. Checkers is not a game that requires mathematics skills, but it can be a great pre-mathematics exercise for children. Kids that are taught checkers at a young age can really benefit from the mathematics skills that the game teaches. Learning checkers primes a child for learning mathematics. The game does this by teaching sorting objects or units by color, logical thinking, reasoning, and direction such as backward, forward, across, and diagonal. Lastly, checkers teaches effective strategizing skills. While checkers is a logical game, players need to be strategic about their moves. Each move can have an impact on the opponent and the player making the move. Because of this, people who regularly play checkers learn strategizing skills that can be used in many areas of life.